back to the channel. We are now one day out from the Pro bodybuilding. We had our first high carb day, 600 grams of carbs, going yesterday, and now we need to assess and understand the implications that it's had and get a new game plan together for today. So we're gonna get into some posing now, we're gonna assess the changes, and then we're gonna get into meal one. I'm 3 hours ahead of my coach, so he's gonna be asleep now. So we're gonna keep meal one exactly the same as yesterday, and then we can tailor it from then on. But I think if I was looking at this myself and making a judgment, what I would say is we're holding very good levels of condition, very small increase in terms of scale weight. I still think I'm a little bit flat. It's gonna be another heavy high carb day. I imagine it will probably be very, very similar to yesterday, probably another 600 grams of carbs. And then again, reassessing the look. Tomorrow, making a game plan from there. But we've got a busy one today. We've got to go to the Expo, the check-in, we've got to get the tan. We've got to shave because I didn't have time to do it last night. We've got a little bit of coaching work to do. Fridays, lucky enough, is not as busy with my check-ins, with my coaching. So yeah, we've got a lot to do. We had a decent night's sleep, or decent for me now. I think anyone who's watched the last couple of videos would have seen I've been waking up at 2 to 3. It's now just gone 4 a.m. I was in bed by 9:30, so we've had about 6.5 hours sleep, which is better than the 4 to 5 that we've had. I'm hoping another high carb day, I get a good night's sleep tonight, wake up feeling fresh. Feel a little bit fresher. Yesterday, fatigue was very high. Feel a little bit fresher, still not ideal. Hopefully another high carb day is gonna fix that. But let's get into some posing and let's get into meal one. So I've just watched that back and I'm happy with the look. We've obviously only had just over 5 weeks. We've had to drop about 10 kilos. I would like to be leaner. Like if we was gonna be as competitive as possible, I would have liked to have pulled off another 3 to 4 kilos. This is still gonna be a strong look. Not expecting too much. Like the standard of this show is absolutely ridiculous. But look, we've bought a decent package for the time frame that we've had. I'm excited for the next prep. We are going to go again with a longer time frame, which we're going to just take it to a whole new dimension. But I'm happy with how the first carb day has gone. We're holding very good levels of condition. We haven't spilled over, still tight around the hips. Tighter around the midsection, I'd say, but still a little bit flat. So I think another high carb day to go in, but let's see. But I'm starving. Those carbs have triggered my appetite. So we are going to get into meal one now. Types of foods are going to be exactly the same as yesterday. Because we know it's worked, there's no digestive issues, we're not bloated, we're tight around the midsection, we're not too watery. So we're going to keep it exactly the same, which for me was a lot of cream of rice, a lot of jasmine rice, almond butter. So this meal we've got 15 grams of almond butter, we've got 100 grams of berries, 35 grams of whey protein, and 125 grams of cream of rice. So we're going to get this in. It's about 4:30 in the morning now. We need to box off some check-ins for the team. I want to get those out of the way, get the feedback back over to the guys. Then shave, we need to get some movement in as well to aid with digestion. We're then going to go and practice some posing with Ben Bray, who is my old friend and very good coach. He lives opposite the road from me. So I'm going to pop over there this morning. We're going to make some posing refinements as well. And then we're going to get to the Expo, get the tan, check in, and then eat a lot of food today. So let's get into it. So we have just had a shave. Probably, what would you say, the most demasculinizing thing I've ever done, getting full body shaved by the missus. But it needs to be done for bodybuilding. But it's bringing the physique to life. We're not even doing classic, but we might have to put these legs to use and do some classic after men's physique. But happy, the condition's good. My coach has come back to me this morning. We've assessed the visuals and it's looking like a even higher carb day. My body's just eating the carbs up. We ran 600 grams. It's going to be probably more towards 700 to 800 grams. What we're going to do is assess the changes throughout the day and then make decisions based on the data and the visuals. Any carbs will come a little bit later on, so we're going to be on stage about 1 p.m. tomorrow. So the carbs, if we do see a bigger uptake from 600, will come last thing in the evening to make sure that we're full tomorrow afternoon, but we're going to assess that throughout the day. So we're going in meal 2, very familiar meal. We've got another 125 grams of cream of rice, 30 grams of whey protein. We're making it into like a paste and it just makes the cream of rice taste unbelievable. 15 grams of almond butter and 100 grams of berries with some cinnamon sprinkled on top. It's now 8 a.m. so we are gonna get this in, practice some posing, and then we're gonna head over to the expo. Gonna have to take some food, so it will be slightly different to yesterday. Probably just get some rice cakes from the shop. Something that's going to be convenient. I don't know how long it's going to take, and what I don't want is to go there all day with no food, so I'll probably prep some chicken rice maybe. Get some rice cakes, but let's see. First of all, we're going to get this down us and then practice some posing. Time to go to the expo. We've got these for the road. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's a very, very big show. I think there's going to be a lot of people there, so we could be waiting around for a long time. I want to keep the glycogen incoming smoothly throughout the day. So again, we've got a carb source that's going to be easy to digest. We've got salted rice cake, salt, sodium. It's just going to transport the nutrients to the muscles, which again is going to massively help with fullness. So we are going to be getting an intake of salt throughout the day, quite evenly spread out throughout meals. We've already had some pink Himalayan salt earlier. Later on we'll have chicken and rice. We'll have some pink Himalayan salt on that as well. So we're going to keep these on us, see how the day goes. That was probably one of the most anticlimactic things. I expected to go there and it was like a big expo, we'll get tanned, but we sat there for 2 hours, we registered, took my height, and then we went home. But into the next big meal of the day, we've snacked on 8 rice cakes, salted rice cakes. We're now coming back, we've got 140 grams of jasmine rice, we've got 60 grams of chicken, we've got 100 grams of pineapple. We've got 10 grams of almond butter. We're then going to get into part 2 of the meal, which is going to be another 100 grams of cream of rice, another 10 grams of almond butter, and 30 grams of whey protein, and 100 grams of berries. But again, very, very hungry. My body is just eating this food up. I still think we're going to need a lot more food today. We're getting a little bit more full, but I still don't feel completely full. And I'm just starving hungry, which is my body way of telling me that I need more food. So we're gonna get this in, and then we're gonna get into a bowl of cream of rice. It never gets old. I'm honestly looking at this, and it's just bringing me so much happiness. I think when you've been dieting for such a long time, not getting to eat the foods that you want, it really makes you appreciate how much you enjoy food. We've still got quite a lot of food to get through. I didn't expect that to take so long. So the time is now 4 o'clock. So give it a little bit of time, 45 minutes to digest. Assess the visuals in terms of how we've responded with all of the food, all of the carbs we've had so far, and then we're gonna make a game plan. We're rather gonna, as a baseline, there's 600 grams of carbs going in today. It's whether we can then fill the frame up even more, put in maybe 700 or 800 in, or if we're thinking we're gonna start to spill over, we leave it at 6, and we reassess tomorrow morning. We've got a bit of time tomorrow to fill up if we need to as well. We've also got a little bit of time tomorrow to wash off a little bit of fluid if we need to as well. We've got a familiar face again coming on the channel. Any OGs would have seen Ben. It was about a year ago. It would have been about a year ago now, but he's helping me with my posing because it's Rusty and he's the man for the job. He had a good run in bodybuilding.
Now retired.
Yeah, now he's retired, but he's still got the knowledge, so he's going to help me out. So let's see, we've had pretty much a full day of eating. We've got one more meal to go. A little bit bloated, but still holding good condition. Fullness is in a good spot. Let's get into some posing, make some small refinements. Last view of the physique. See if we're gonna make any changes. Show you obliques. And spin like that.
This is probably where you need to be a little bit smoother. So think this is what I do. So you're in that position now, and you're gonna be like that. Think. Down to 1. Yeah. 3 seconds, both hands on. Yeah, when you're hitting that, what I used to do Because it used to be like that and a transition. And now look, and then breathe.
Is it right arm that comes up or left arm?
So this, left arm, so you're always there.
Left arm comes up.
Left arm, there.
Final meal going in now, it's just gone 8 p.m. Just had our final bit of fluid, which brings us up to 7 litres of water today. So we're gonna get this final meal in. We've pushed up our carb intake for the day. We've been assessing as we've gone. So we pushed another 50 grams of carbs in, which brings us as a total of the day to 160 grams of protein, 650 grams of carbs, and we've got 60 grams of fats going in there. So a big focus feeding up on carbohydrates. Now next step, we're assessing in the morning, then we're gonna get a game plan together. And we're then gonna vlog the big day, show day, which I'm excited for, a little bit nervous. I think less nervous after that posing session with Ben, because that has helped me massively. It's just smoothing things up a little bit. But now we've got to do that in front of a lot of people on one of the biggest amateur stages in the world, which is going to be a different ball game. But we need a good night's sleep, so we are going to get this in. I'm going to get some sleep tea in. We're going to take some melatonin tonight. Still struggling to sleep past 4, but we're going to do what we can now to get a good night's sleep, wake up, and then reassess. So I'll see you guys tomorrow on the big day. It's show day. We've just ran 2 big high days and very happy with the condition. It's 4:30 in Dubai now. Sleep's still not great. A little bit better. We went to bed about 9:30. We've had about 6, I think it's about 6 hours sleep. But I've just sent my check-in to my coach, and he's in the UK, so he's a little bit behind me on time. We're gonna get into meal 1 now. We're gonna have the same meal 1 that we've had on both high days, which is going to be 125 grams of cream of rice with some whey protein. Our game plan for today, we're going to have meal 1. It's only 4:30, so we're then going to have some chill time on the sofa. We're going to practice some posing. Then I'm going to wait for instructions from my coach on whether he wants to push more food or just keep it light for the day. Fluid, we're going to keep light. Salt, we're just going to keep the same, just to keep our sodium intake the same as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the shop, get some food to take with us. He said to have cookies on hand, which brings me a lot of happiness. But let's see if we can use those or not. Then we're gonna go to the show. We're competing about 1. It's now, as I said, 4:30. Need to get there probably about 2-3 hours earlier. We've got a tan there. We've got a pump up. Yeah, that's the plan of attack. Once that's all done, we're going to a nice restaurant later, which is gonna hit the spot. It's been a long time since doing that. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. We put the work in. The condition's nice. I'm very happy with how tight I've woken up this morning. It's going to be a good day. So let's get into meal 1 and get it kick-started. We've just been to the shop. We're probably just going to stick to dry carbs, but what I'm going to take with me is that I'm going to take another bowl of cream of rice. Potentially, it might not, we need to see. We've got chocolate chip cookies, we've got rice cakes, we've got jam in the fridge, which we're going to take. We've got honey. We've got Lucozade, we've got almond butter, we've got jasmine rice, we've got berries. We're gonna take chicken with us now. Now we're gonna have 60 grams of chicken. We've then got another bowl of cream of rice with berries, with cinnamon, no almond butter on this meal. The frame is filling up nicely. We're eating, we're holding good levels of condition. I can just see the vascularity improve when we're getting more carbs, and I can see the vascularity flowing nicely into the midsection. I think the nerves will kick in when we get there. For me, anyone who knows me on a personal level will know actually, and I think a lot of people are surprised by this, but I'm actually quite introverted. It's a massive stage today, so the thought of walking out by myself in front of a room full of people, yes, it's gonna make me feel a little bit uncomfortable, let's say, but that's what it's all about. The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but there's no growth in that comfort zone. So it's all about growing. For me, that is what this journey is about. But it's game time soon, so it's now 9 o'clock. We're gonna head over about 11, get there for 11:30, get the tan done. We should be stepping on stage between 1 and 2, ready to roll. So we're gonna get this meal in, and then again, just gonna relax on the sofa before we head over. We've got a final meal going in now. We've got condition right. We just got 60 grams of chicken, 125 grams of rice. We're gonna put 2 rice cakes in with 20 grams of jam, and then from that point onwards, we're just gonna top up with rice cakes, jam, drier carb sources. But we're ready, we're looking tight, we're vascular, we're dry, we're dense. We're full, we're ready. Now it's about going there, keeping composure on the stage, first time ever competing, and posing. You can have the best physique in the world. If you don't get your posing right, you're gonna get marked down, you are not gonna win. So we've practiced Now we've got to do it in front of a lot of people.
Please take the fourth place award and present it to number 29, Oliver.
Wow. What a day. I'm finishing off with the 5, guys. That is the most brutal thing I've ever had to do. The show said before we got there we'd be on from 1 PM to 3 PM. So we got there at 11:30, been up since 4 in the morning. We was competing at 9 PM. We sat there for almost 12 hours. Honestly, at one point I was just drinking honey to keep me going, to keep me feeling full. But we come back with a medal in one of the biggest competitions in the world. Head judge was the head judge of the Olympia, which is the biggest of the biggest. And we come back with 4th place. Less than a 6-week prep. We had 6 weeks, or 5 weeks, 5 days. We had to peak in that time frame. So we had 5 weeks to pull off 10 kilos. And I mean, we delivered with a condition. Yeah, I'm buzzing, but I'm tired. And I'm very excited to get into this burger. It was hard to film too much, like when I was there backstage, just had to switch off, relax, we couldn't do much filming. But I'm hoping, and I mean, you would have already seen at this point in the video, that we got some good footage on the stage. But yeah, buzzing. We put a lot into that prep. We went into dark places, but it's all worth it now. And the bodybuilding journey continues. This for me was about doing the best, being the best version of myself, saying I'm gonna do something and doing it. No pressure, I was never looking for a pro card. I wasn't even gonna look at competing again, but I've fallen in love with the bodybuilding process. So we're gonna run it, but I am gonna demolish this. Lie on that sofa is, what's the time? It's midnight. Relax, get to bed, eat some more food tomorrow, and then Monday we get back on plan. We've got big goals to achieve, but I'll catch you on the next episode.